Chapter 287, I Can Save People and Kill People 4. Cheng Mo looked at it and shook his head firmly. You can treat me if you want. I can't drink this. Keep it for yourself. What are you thinking about? Zhu Tui immediately cursed. This is a research resource provided by the Research Center of the School of General Senses. The healing ability that I'm using is a healing ability of the School of General Senses. It requires the cooperation of an energy restoration elixir. Otherwise, it'll drain you dry. Research, please? Cheng Mo stared at the level E energy restoration elixir in Zhu Tui's hand. He was a little confused. Don't lie to me. You don't have much money either. What do you have that it's worth it for me to lie to you? Do you think I would lie to you? I would be disgusted. I'm currently an elective student in the School of General Senses. Hurry up. Otherwise, I'll have to break off my fingers when I go back tonight, Zhu Tui scolded. It's provided by the School of General Senses? Of course. All right. Hearing this, Cheng Mo took the medicine and drank it in one gulp. He lay down again. Zhu Tui placed his palm on Cheng Mo's shoulder, scaring him. FCAC, little Tui, what are you doing? You don't have any external injuries. I can only treat your injuries by coming into contact with you, Zhu Tui snapped. I see, I thought. What do you think? I'm going to be non-single soon. Chi-Chi, brother scold introduce each other towards the path of wealth, but it could not be charity. He could treat them to a meal, could visit them when they're hospitalized. However, he still could not give alms directly. That was why Zhu Tui had given Cheng Mo a bottle of level E energy restoration elixir while making Cheng Mo his cultivation target. Cheng Mo's physical condition was a little bad when his mind power entered his body. Before his old injuries healed, new ones appeared. Moreover, Cheng Mo, who had been very fat recently, had lost a lot of weight. This made Zhu Tui certain of one thing: Cheng Mo had no more cultivation resources. He had lost more weight because his body had been drained. However, Zhu Tui was surprised to discover that Cheng Mo's original quantum frequency of flesh and blood growth, the frequency of bone growth, and his original quantum frequency of growth were all stronger. It was twice the amount of Zhu Tui. His recovery ability was extremely shocking. This should be one of Cheng Mo's important abilities. This made Zhu Tui's treatment very easy. He gained additional benefits when he sensed the original quantum frequency of his body. For the next 2 to 3 weeks, Zhu Tui would visit Cheng Mo every 2 to 3 days. He took the opportunity to give Cheng Mo a bottle of level E energy restoration elixir to treat his injuries. At the same time, he also found a few injured students to materialize his senses and treat them. He wanted to accumulate a high frequency of his body's original quantum frequency sensing to increase his healing effects and speed. However, he did not dare to go there too frequently. In reality, Zhu Tui's healing abilities were almost complete. Recently, he had begun to sense the original quantum frequency of the mountain. It would be bad if Cheng Mo saw through Zhu Tui's thoughts. With Zhu Tui's additional help, Cheng Mo's strength had increased rapidly recently. However, Zhu Tui had been thinking of other ways recently. After all, this was not a long-term solution. During this period, Zhu Tui began to steadily cultivate the 12 genetic base points in the third level of the Mind Concentration Foundation forging technique. Compared to the second level of genetic base points, the third level of genetic base points took longer to activate. It could only be activated once every 3 days. Zhu Tui even made a trip to the Capital Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. His master, Shen Jushuang, was not here, but his senior brother, Meng Sixi, was. Zhu Tui asked his senior brother, Meng Sixi, to help him locate the genetic base points of the second level of the Vira Tide force field. The prerequisite to cultivate the second level of the Vira Tide, the Vira barrier, is the major heavenly cycle. However, the effect of Meng Sixi's guidance and positioning was far inferior to that of his master, Shen Jushuang. Zhu Tui had made 2 trips while he was in the illusory introspective state. Meng Sixi had to guide Zhu Tui a total of 8 times before he could barely figure it out. As for Meng Sixi's surprise and shock towards Zhu Tui's cultivation state, Zhu Tui simply ignored them. Recently, he had gotten used to such shocked gazes. That afternoon, after Zhu Tui finished treating Cheng Mo and a group of students from the extreme branch of the combat training building, he left under the wolf-like gazes of many students from the extreme branch who did not get a chance to be treated. However, not long after he left the building, Zhu Tui's personal communication device rang. The caller surprised Zhu Tui. It was Gong Ling. "Little Tui, I want to ask you for a favor," Gong Ling said.